Hey guys, what's going on? We are ATX VGC and we are back. And thank you guys so much for holding on tight while we are resolving some issues. It seems like there's some internet connection problems going on with some people and some resolution problems going on. But we are doing everything we can to work through this. Rollercoaster, how you doing, man?
I'm doing good, man. I seem to be the only person in the world who isn't having internet issues or technical difficulties, so that's nice. But man, everything just seems to be crashing down.
It feels weird to be on this side of things for once, I'm not gonna lie.
Oh yeah.
Hey, it looks like you got a haircut, it's looking good.
Oh, thanks, dude. I constantly have no idea what to do with my hair. I know this has nothing to do with Pokemon, but like my hair is just like so whack. I have like 2 separate cowlicks that like form this weird peak on my hair, and I legitimately never know how to style it or do anything with it.
You know,
it's constantly infuriating.
It's funny that I just like noticed that you did just get a haircut, right?
I got a haircut a while ago. You mostly see me with a hat. It's like more up than it normally is.
I was gonna say it's funny that I noticed that you got a haircut when like I just realized that you're always wearing a hat, kind of like me.
Yeah. Well, that's because like I mean like obviously it's pandemic right now, and like no one wants to go out of the way to do anything if they can avoid it. So like I normally get like a haircut once a month, but like I went so long without it, which is why I was wearing a hat so often.
Oh man, since COVID just started back in March, I think I've gotten maybe 2 haircuts since March.
Yeah. I don't know if I could. Dang, that's pretty impressive. I don't know if I could go that long. Well, so like, oh, Nino Pokebros is hatching something. Let's see if I get a shiny. That'd be sick. This is the entertainment now. Sick. I don't know what they were breeding.
Oh,
that's not a shiny Badoo, is it? I don't know what shiny Badoo looks like.
Probably not.
Yeah.
I need to see the star.
Mm-hmm.
Nick Killer 371. Thank you for the follow.
Oh, sweet. I think we got the game going now. Okay,
oh yeah.
So, it's starting to pair up. Perfect. Awesome. Well, looks like we finally got some stuff going. You don't have to listen to me and Nibs talk about haircuts for the next 20 minutes. We're actually going to do some Pokemon stuff.
Oh man. Yeah, once again, guys, thank you so much for your patience. We tried to get things going like 6:30, about 30 minutes early this time. We are still pretty early compared to what time we usually start. We're usually going at 7 p.m. Central Standard, but here we are 6:47, and looks like our trainers are linked up. So very exciting stuff. We have Nino Pokebros versus Rowan.
Yes.
What should be a very, very well fought matchup between the two of them.
Yeah, you made it just in time, Charisma. Thanks for joining. So let's talk about the teams right now. Rowan has Cinderace, Zapdos Galar, Rillaboom, Comfey, Dragonite, and Suicune. Also, thank you for the follow and
Angelost.
Angelost? I'm basically illiterate. So yeah, pretty interesting stuff. Maybe something like a weakness policy draining kiss, a little smooch, as we like to say here, to get that Dragonite to +2. It could have inner focus, so it can't be faked out or intimidated. Defiant Zapdos, Tailwind from Suicune, some pretty cool stuff. And you want to talk about Joel's team a little bit, Nibs?
Yeah, absolutely. So Joel is using Spectrier, Colossal, Urshifu, Rillaboom, Grimmsnarl, and Porygon 2. And from watching his stream earlier, they were using Water-type Urshifu, so that's what we should be expected to see here. For the Aqua Jet weakness policy, steam engine proc on the Colossal. Very fun stuff. I love this team. I think it's really cool.
Yeah, that's kind of that classic combination. Urshifu Water, Rillaboom, and Colossal are just such a great Fire Water Grass combination, and they put off like so much damage. It's like kind of some of the most annoying stuff in the format right now. It's weakness policy Dynamax. It's immediate speed control. It's a move that always crits. You can't protect. It's priority 80 base power from Rillaboom. It's really, really powerful. And then also the Ghost Horse is proving to be a lot stronger than I initially thought, and potentially some other people may have been sleeping on.
Yeah, I think a lot of people were really hyped about Ice Force early on, and it does seem like a big shift is going. I think a lot of people are kind of realizing that Trick Room is not as easy to use, or it's easier to counter, I should say, than it is to use.
All right, let's get into the leads here. We got Dragonite and Comfy from Rowan. Nino Pokebro sending out Urshifu and Colossal. Looks like both players have potentially gone with their side weakness policy procs. I would say that Nino Pokebros is putting on a little bit more pressure, seeing as how Dragonite is weak to rock type moves. And the immediate speed control will go to the Nino Pokebros, and there's not really a lot Rowan can do about it. Maybe like Protect and Trick Room. If Dragonite's maybe multi-scale, it can eat the hit up a lot better. But we're going to see Turn 1 Dynamax, presumably from both players.
Absolutely. So from Joel here, I would expect that he just goes straight for the Aqua Jet. What do you think, Roller Coaster?
Yeah, I mean, that's exactly what I would do. I would just, that's what Colossal does. You proc that steam engine, you get the weakness policy, you do a bunch of damage. And yeah, it does look like our game feed's having some issues. I'm not entirely sure. Hopefully it'll smooth out later through the match.
Yeah, so you're seeing that as well.
Yeah, it seems like everybody's seeing that. So apologies for that just right now, but hopefully it'll smooth out. Let's see. Oh, COVID going for the ally switch. Okay.
Wow.
Oh, it's so Joel's internet.
One ally switch so far for the day. So it will be the Aqua Jet coming from the Urshifu, most likely going to be a max Volcalinth going into the Comfey now, probably originally targeting down that Dragonite if I were to guess.
Yeah. I mean, that's not super bad. It's bad if Dragonite has something like a max Quake, which is super possible. The Vocalist is going to come out, so at the very least, Joel is going to get a KO and get the rocks up and get that consistent chip damage going on. But let's see what Dragonite did and if he'll be able to keep his max. It's just an airstream into the Urshifu. Colossal, crazy fast because Steam Engine takes you to it increases your speed by 6 stages. So I don't know if Dragonite's can be able to outspeed after that. Long live Spade indeed, the classic ally switch.
Yeah, something else to note as well, the Dragonite did end up taking a little bit of damage there because of the rocks, and most Dragonites, I believe, are multi-scale, so I'm pretty sure that counts as damage into the Dragonite if I recall correctly.
Yeah, if the Dragonite's multi-scale, then that means multi-scale only stays intact if your HP is full, so any type of chip damage would break multi-scale, but it could be inner focus, so potentially matters, potentially doesn't. But I think the really important thing is that I'm fairly positive that Colossal is still faster at +6 than Dragonite is at +1. We'll have the issues figured out by game 2. That's great. Rillaboom comes out, which is nice because it can pick off this Urshifu really quick, and Joel's gonna have to make a decision. So he threatens the knockout onto either one of Rowan's Pokemon. You can go Max Flare into the Rillaboom, or you can go another Vocalist into the Dragonite. And it's really gonna be what is threatening him the most right now.
Yeah, I do think if I'm Joel in this position, I just switch out to avoid the fake out, or even a Grassy Glide going into the sorry, I just totally lost track there. But if I was Nino Pokebros here, I would totally switch out the Urshifu and save that for a more late game just to kind of preserve the win. It looks like they are going to do that here. Yeah,
no reason to let your Urshifu go down. It always crits. Why would you not want to keep that?
Yeah, exactly.
The opposing Rillaboom does go for a Grassy Glide into what was the Urshifu, and Colossal, I imagine, might try to pick off that Rillaboom that way. Oh wait, did Dragonite Protect? Was there a Vocalith?
It did Max Guard, yeah.
Okay, Max Guard. And seeing as how Rillaboom is still alive on the field, I assumed that Nino Pokebros went for the KO into the Dragonite.
Yes. So we are going to see some regen here from these Pokemon as they are grounded and have access to the grassy terrain that is up right now, thanks to the mirror Rillaboom that we're looking at.
Yeah. It's kind of funny because there's just like a big chain of things that can like one hit KO the other. Colossal can KO the Dragonite. Dragonite can KO the Rillaboom. Colossal can KO the Rillaboom. And if Rowan's Rillaboom has something like high horsepower, Rillaboom can KO the Colossal. So I'm just like really interested to see like what picks up what in this next coming turn. Dragonite goes for the double max guard and gets it. Rillaboom goes for Protect, just trying to like mitigate damage output. Nino Pokebros reveals Fake Out on the Rillaboom, going for that little chip damage into the Rillaboom and trying to take out the Dragonite again, but it got the double max card.
Yeah, some pretty good information to have there if you're Nino Pokebros. Seeing that Rillaboom has Protect, that kind of reveals that it's not going to be Choice Banded, and it's also not going to be Assault Vest.
Yeah, Protect's kind of an uncommon move on Rillaboom, but yeah, it's definitely nice to know that for going into the game too. Now that double max guard kind of puts Nino Pokebros in a bit of a rough position because they can't Meteor Beam as easily to get the KO on Dragonite. They can Heat Wave to take care of the Rillaboom, but neither Urshifu nor Rillaboom can do a lot of damage into this Dragonite, so the Colossal may have been their best bet at getting rid of it. Heat Wave does connect, takes out the Rillaboom. Dragonite does not go for a triple Protect. Goes for a dual Wing Beat though into the Rillaboom. Does a good amount of gets the KO onto Rillaboom. DJ Prime saying they should have tried to attack the Colossal turn 1 since Urshifu didn't threaten this Dragonite or Comfy. Yeah, I don't know if Rowan has like Quake or a Water move on the Dragonite to take out the Colossal, but there's a Suicune there.
Yeah, one other thing to note as well is that the Colossal did outspeed the Dragonite last turn, so it more than likely does outspeed, and it wasn't a speed tie.
Yeah. Now the thing that's most likely to happen, it would be either, in my opinion, would be a Protect and a Tailwind from Rowan. And a couple of things that Nino Pokebros could do to counter would be protecting with their own Colossal and trying to like reverse and set up Trick Room. There's the Protect from Dragonite, or it's going to be Protect and Scald from the Suicune. Earth Power comes out into the Suicune. It does not get the KO. Scald comes out. It's 4 times weak. Colossal's not going to take it. And now we're just going to have to see if Urshifu and Porygon can close out this between Dragonite and Suicune. I don't know what the moveset is on Nino Pokebros Porygon 2, but if it has something like Ice Beam, I'd say that they're in a pretty solid position. Like,
yeah, we saw it go for the Ice Beam last turn. It went into the Protect.
Yeah.
So I think they.
Oh,
they
okay.
just
So
need to
does
set
that
up
Ice Beam?
I think they just need to set up Trick Room unless this this Urshifu can potentially knock out the Suicune with a close combat.
Yeah, I think that Urshifu is kind of being outsped by everything. So Trick Room may be the best option here, but honestly, like Porygon 2 is an amazing Pokemon, and it just survives everything. It's gonna be a Dragon Claw into the Urshifu just to pick it off, which means that the Ice Beam from the Porygon 2 will definitely KO this Dragonite. The unfortunate thing is that Nino Pokebros isn't going to be able to find out if it's weakness policy or not. Calm Mind coming out from the Suicune, which actually is going to make this endgame a lot more difficult.
Yeah, so we do see the Ice Beam come from the Porygon 2, targeting down that Dragonite. Very obviously going to be able to pick up that knockout there, and it is going to be pretty tough here for Pokebros, as they have that Calm Mind up with the +1 special attack and special defense. This Porygon 2 is probably very bulky though.
Yeah.
Usually are.
It's also taken no damage. The issue now is that like Porygon's gonna have to like Trick Room to try to get the speed in its advantage, and Porygon also has to like recover every turn that it gets put in range of a Scald, and also burn chances are things that you have to be worried about. And all Rowan needs is to put this Porygon 2 in range of a Scald and then another Scald.
Yeah, and one thing to note as well is if this Porygon 2 does happen to get a freeze, it's just gonna break right through it with the Scald as well.
Yeah. Oh, Scald breaks freeze, that's right. So Nino Pokebros needs something like a burn to get like consistent chip damage, paralyzed to like potentially get low chances to move, or just a crit.
I think if I'm Nino Pokebros, I'm itching to get a paralysis in this situation. I definitely like the consistent chip damage with the burn, but I think I like my chances of not letting the Suicune move for a turn.
Yeah, like the less Suicune moves, the more likely you're able to get like free recovers off. So we can go in for Protect. Yeah, this is going to be a stalled out game. Scald burns through ice, but can't do more damage in Sun. That actually, yeah, Scald should be boosted by the Sun Charisma. That's a good point.
I like that. I wouldn't be mad if that was the thing. There's more moves that I'm mad about than if that were the truth.
Think about it. If it's like 110 outside and someone pours boiling water on you, that's gonna hurt more than if it was just, or maybe just boiling water hurts in general. At the very least, it shouldn't be reduced by Sun.
I don't know if I would even feel it at that point, though. You kind of just made me like say, never mind. The Scald should do the same amount of damage. Yeah, I feel it just as much.
Oh,
so we are going to see the Tri Attack come from the Porygon 2. Targets down the Suicune, and it does get the freeze here. We'll probably just see a Scald anyway.
Oh, they went for a Calm Mind though.
Oh.
Because Scald would have broken the freeze, right? Something that could potentially happen is that Nino Pokebros could try to play to Timer. Nino Pokebros in the chat with the Togekiss emote. That's amazing. Yeah, the Tri Attack's doing different damage. Yeah, so the Scald. Yeah, so they have to start going for the Scald now. It's doing okay damage. Yeah, that kind of puts Nino Pokebros in a rough position. Because now I think like this is the last turn of Trick Room, so they have to recover this turn or try to get a freeze with Tri Attack. Or so, yeah. I don't know.
Everyone
it's just
spamming that Togekiss in the chat.
Yeah, spam that Togekiss, man. Support your friend Nino Pokebros. Yeah, Nino Pokebros like really heavily considering what move they want to go with. It's just like really awkward because like the Calm Mind boost. So kind of like a lot of unfortunate luck. Nino Pokebros does decide to go for the recover to get the HP back. Suicune does attack with a Scald. Twisted Dimensions return to normal. You'll be able to set up Trick Room again, but the Suicune can just recover. Or not recover, can go for another Calm Mind. And it could just like Calm Mind and Calm Mind again, because you know that the most likely play that Nino Pokebros is going to go for is like Trick Room, then recover, and then Tri Attack to Tri Attack. So like Calm Mind, then Calm Mind again, then Protect and Scald seems fine. Ooh, the Mewtwo Flex emote from Jen. I love that emote. Yeah, so it's going to be another Calm Mind. Really unfortunate that the double Protect from that Dragonite is like really unfortunate now.
Yeah, it's kind of funny. There's a lot of different things that a lot of different variances that we could have seen throughout this matchup. Like if in turn one, if Rowan had just gone for like a Max Quake into the Colossal instead of trying to guarantee that it gets the speed differential, that would have totally changed everything right there in turn one.
Yeah. I would also assume that this is an inner focus Suicune. If only this Porygon had like Nasty Plot or Calm Mind, so that it could try to like break through these Calm Minds that the Suicune is doing. But I think that like the only way that Nino Pokebros wins this is like through timer, and I don't know if I think there's too much time in the set for that. Yeah, Suicune goes for another Calm Mind, so the only win cons Nino Pokebros has right now is either crit try attack or get a para, and then the Suicune just never moves again. Oh yeah, Jesus, +4. You're gonna need a crit there.
Absolutely crit. Guys, if you want to see a crit happen right now, go ahead and use that
pray for a crit.
Nino Togekiss.
Adam, I'm pretty sure P2 gets Nasty Plot. I know Porygon Z gets Nasty Plot, but I don't know if Porygon 2 gets it. Oddball Otter, I'm not sure if does inner focus prevent you from like getting fully paralyzed, or it only stops flinches, right? Like it doesn't guard you from crits or anything.
Yeah, so inner focus is read as this Pokemon cannot be made to flinch, immune to intimidate.
That was a really nice buff to inner focus. Try attack comes out. Does it crit? That is very much not a crit. It does get a burn though. No Pokebros get into the status, but I think the Scald is just gonna do way too much to this poor little Porygon too. Actually, with the because you can Scald again this turn, because it's still Trick Room, right?
Yep, one turn left.
No. Okay, so here's how they win. If they don't Scald and you recover, you just recover every turn for the rest of the game, and then the burn chip will take it down. But so like, I think Nino Pokebros has to hope for like a throw, and if they don't attack, or they go for a Calm Mind for some reason. Actually, going for a Calm Mind wouldn't be that bad of a play, but I assume it's just going to be another Scald. Yeah, it's just another Scald, which it does over half, so it should put it in range of another one.
Oh, and
they get the burn too. So yeah, unfortunately, it's going to be a loss for Nino Pokebros. Yeah, burn
is able to wear out.
Yeah, the burn on. Oh, and it's Citrus Berry too. Jesus. Yeah. A bit unfortunate there, but I think that Nino Pokebros played really well, and went to their outs at the end. They just got stalled out by the Suicune, and also the double protect because they couldn't KO the Dragonite. So I don't think there was anything wrong with that battle plan. I think it actually went like pretty well, and there was just kind of a turn that you kind of couldn't predict it going the way that it was.
Yeah, for Nino Pokebros, I think that it's actually good that he got that situation down to where it was, because we were able to learn a lot of information about the Suicune. Like, if it didn't get to that very last point, we would have never known that it was holding the Wiki Berry.
We're going to reset the feed in a second just to try to get the glitchiness off the screen. So hopefully we fix the problem.
We're refreshing Nino Pokebros feed really fast.
There's some support for Suicune. Yeah, Suicune's I personally haven't really been too crazy about playing with it. The Tailwind's really cool. I've talked about this before in like one of our article discussions stats. I hate how dynamic speed kind of negates Tailwind usage from like a lot of different Pokemon. Like, it's such a bummer, because I'd love to use Tailwind Suicune, or like even Tailwind Corviknight, or there are probably better Tailwind options. Tailwind Crobat would be really cool, but like because of dynamic speed, if I'm not using Prankster Tailwind, like I feel like I'm at a disadvantage.
Yeah, you could also use Prankster Thunderwave.
Yeah, Prankster Thunderwave, which is
Or Quash. You can go Quash. as well.
Quash. Prankster Quash. I'm seeing. Okay, I don't know if anyone else has seen this. Let me know if you have. I know that Grimmsnarl's picking up a lot of usage, and I know that the Trick Odd Instance is like getting really popular, which is a pretty solid way to get speed control.
Mhm.
The thing that I've been seeing is because of that, I'm seeing some people use Thunderwave Grimmsnarl when they have Tapu Fini on their team, which seems like anti-synergy to me, but I don't know. Maybe it works better than I realize.
I don't know. Maybe there's just situations where they want to like lead with the Prankster Thunderwave and then bring Fini out in the end game.
Yeah. Nino Pokebros is locked in. I imagine that they're going to go with a really similar strategy. I feel like Rowan kind of has to be the one to switch things around now.
Yeah, I really like Nino Pokebros' tactics here. I think that there's not really a whole lot that Rowan can do to stop that Urshifu plus Colossal combo. Unless this Rillaboom does have Fake Out, and since it does have Protect, I have a really strong feeling that it does have the Fake Out. So that might be something that Rowan might want to lead with, is the Rillaboom.
There are tons of flying. Okay, I guess it is for flying type threats to paralyze. I guess I just have to like experiment with it, because it does make sense if you want to like negate flying types. Because I used like a Mungus Fini for like a similar situation. Rillaboom and Suicune. Okay, that's a very interesting lead. This is kind of scary because you don't want to get hit by a Scald from the Suicune. Oh, the Rillaboom has Fake Out though, so they can Fake Out and Scald. So I really think that Nino needs to switch out the Colossal and maybe protect their Shifu. Maybe switch to the Porygon to try and set up Trick Room for the Colossal. Because you also don't want the Suicune getting off something like a Calm Mind for free, and just like setting up on you.
Yeah, did we ever see the high horsepower from Rowan's Rillaboom?
No, we never saw anything like high horsepower from the Rillaboom. I think we just saw Fake Out, Grassy Glide, and Protect. So it could potentially have something like Knockoff, U-Turn, high horsepower. If it has Protect, I imagine it doesn't have high horsepower because it's not like a super common thing on Rillaboom either.
Right.
Nino Pokebro's going to switch out Urshifu, protect the Colossal. If Rowan like maxes the Suicune and gets like a Scald off, or goes for a Geyser, it can get that. Calm Mind comes out, but this is still fine because Nino Pokebros has their own Rillaboom that they've switched into, so they can get like a big Grassy Glide off onto it.
Yeah, absolutely. Did we see a like a solar beam or anything from this? Let's see. No, there's no solar beam on the Colossal, so they can't hit the Suicune with super effective damage there. But a Volcalyph would still do a ton of damage to it, even though it is at +1.
Yeah. Volcalyph would do a lot of damage. It kind of can't take. I don't think it can take a +1 Scald, even if it maxes. But I really like the switch there because like you kind of cover for the option of the Suicune setting up, and you can like you can now Grassy Glide the Suicune. I don't know if it'll one-shot because I don't think Nino Pokebros has a choice banded Rillaboom. They went for Fake Out, right? So they go for Protect, and Rillaboom potentially going to U-turn into the Dragonite, maybe? Knockoff.
Oh,
Ooh,
wow.
That's a good knockoff. So the Eviolite's going to be gone, but Nino Pokebros gets to preserve the weakness policy on their Colossal.
Yeah, so I think Nino Pokebros just wants to go for the Trick Room here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and probably just another Grassy Glide into the Suicune.
Or they could do something way cooler. I don't know if they're actually going to do this. I hope they do. I would love it personally.
What are we looking at? Like a Max Hailstorm into the...
Yeah, that's what they selected.
No, it's
yes,
not.
Let's do it.
Totally
Let's do it.
that.
Big P2. Suicune switches out because it doesn't want to take a Grassy Glide. Cinderace comes in because it's a fire type. And Nino Pokebro still has an Urshifu water with a focus sash.
Please do this.
You thought that they were gonna max the Colossal for the Vocalist chip? No. You know what the best max option is at all times? It's Porygon 2.
And there's no Eviolite on it or anything right now.
No, it's not. It's still super bulky even without the Eviolite. I mean, I think max basically like gets you the same. Yes, ATX hype. No more Porygon. I'll always get hyped for a max Porygon 2. Take some damage with that. Max Hailstorm comes out. He's gonna knock out the Rillaboom. Did it get the special attack boost? I'm pretty sure it did. It's not assault vested. It looks like it doesn't get the full knockout, but it does look like it's in range of Hail Chip.
Well, when you thought that Porygon 2's only way of speed control was Trick Room Roller Coaster, you were wrong. Because it also has access to Max Strike.
Yeah. Big P2. Yes, I love it. We don't know if that Cinderace has a fighting move. Also, the Zapdos could be in the back, and that would be scary. But Urshifu Water is still pretty strong. I love Max P2. Max P2 is amazing. Okay, so I actually played FevZ recently. Like, I paired with them while I was just laddering, and they led Grimmsnarl Porygon 2, and I was like, oh, he's gonna like trick a full instance onto me and set up a Trick Room, or like fake out in Trick Room. And so, but he protected his Grimmsnarl because he has to protect Grimmsnarl and maxed the P2. And I was like, wait, what?
That's like not at all what you would expect ever. Protect Grimmsnarl, what?
All right, so Comfey is gonna come in. Cinderace and Comfey on the screen, which means that Nino Pokebros really needs to preserve that Rillaboom to try and to win the end game against the Suicune, and Urshifu needs to take out this Cinderace. Obviously, there's a bit of ally switch mind game here. Yeah, protect Grimmsnarl, Bolt. Isn't that crazy? Oh, hey, 294. Thanks, buddy. Thanks for the follow. We appreciate it. 294, for all that don't know, is like one of the big driving forces for all of the Texas tours. Awesome dude, great guy. We appreciate everything that he does. That whole winter major, a big chunk of the work was done by Trey, so he's a great dude. Yeah, what's up, man?
We are going to see the Dynamax here from the Cinderace on Rowan's side of the field here, so looking to get a lot of damage off is Rowan in this turn.
Yeah, something like a Max Knuckle could be really scary. Either that or a Max Airstream and a Draining Kiss into Urshifu, like both are possible. Comfey goes for Ally Switch. Nino Pokebros decides to play it safe and just protect their Urshifu, predicting that might be a double up. Steel Spike comes out to get the defense boost and also change into a Steel type, which is going to do a lot of damage to poor Porygon 2. Man, I hate Cinderace. That's just a personal thing. Life Orb damage, so that's a pretty normal set. Hailstorm comes out. Was this into the Comfey? It was. Okay, so he goes for Hailstorm into the Fire type to get some good damage off on that Comfey.
He could have potentially been, or they could have potentially been predicting the Max Flying there going into the Urshifu.
Yeah. It ended up working. Like, you got solid damage on the Comfey. Now things gonna get a little weird because the Cinderace obviously
things are already a little weird, roller coaster.
Max P2 is a perfectly normal thing. Don't even worry about it.
I guess they could go for the Max Guard in this situation to preserve the P2 and then, I mean, save it somehow later. Or like
I think this is like a pretty read heavy like turn because Urshifu could get doubled. Like they could ally switch. I think like Surging Strength is probably your best move, but like you don't want to lose your Urshifu, and just like a Draining Kiss and Airstream kind of like will do a lot of damage. Yeah, Draining Kiss. I imagine Airstream's gonna be next to break the Focus Sash on Urshifu.
That does so much damage from a Comfey there.
Yeah, poor Urshifu has horrible defense. Luckily, though, yeah, that's kind of an unfortunate turn because oh no, the max airstream went into the Porygon too. That's not that bad. I don't know if a Surging Strikes will get a Comfey, but it'll do solid damage mainly. And actually, okay, so this is cool. So Surging Strike is going to go into the Comfey. I don't know if this will pick up the knockout. I really don't think it will. That's not bad damage.
Not enough to get the knockout though.
Yeah. Cinderace gets hit by the hail. Comfey gets hit by the sail. And Urshifu gets hit by the hail. It looks like the Draining Kiss is exactly a 2-hit KO, which is a really unfortunate thing because that means that you're not going to be able to side Aqua Jet yourself. The grass disappears from the battlefield, which is perfect time because Rillaboom can come in later and get off some nice grassy glides and potentially close out this endgame for Nino Pokebros, but it is really scary right now.
Yeah, unfortunately, they can't Dynamax the Colossal here because they used it on the Porygon too.
Yeah, I think you have to hope that like you can survive another Draining Kiss from Comfey and like side Aqua Jet yourself and get some speed control. Cinderace is only at +1. I think it has to be a +2 to outspeed Colossal. Maybe not. Colossal's pretty slow, but +6 is a big boost. Oh, sweet! Way to go, Prime. But like I don't know what attack Cinderace goes for here. Maybe a Steel Spike into the Colossal and just a Draining Kiss into the Urshifu. Draining Kiss comes out into Urshifu. Is it going to be enough to knock out the Urshifu? It lives with 16 HP, so it's going to get the side Aqua Jet off.
Wow.
Aqua Jet comes out, hits the Colossal. Oh my
so much damage.
God.
Steam Engine does come out from the Colossal, so this Colossal's going to be at +6 weakness policy proc, so it's now at +2 special attack and attack.
And if it outspeeds the Cinderace, it's going to get a big Heat Wave off, which it does outspeed, almost knocks out the Comfey. Darkness comes out, presumably into the Colossal, I would think. Yeah, into the Colossal, getting the knockout, but Neo Pokebros get some really, really solid damage off for that.
Yeah, so we are going to see some Hail Chip at the end of this turn as well. We saw some Life Orb Chip from the Cinderace, so going to lose a little bit extra there. Comfey going down into the red. Urshifu just barely hanging on with 5 HP, and we're going to see Rillaboom come in as that's going to be Nino Pokebros' last Pokemon.
The good news here, everything looks like it's in range of a Grassy Glide, so I think that Nino Pokebros just has to read whether or not Rowan goes for the ally switch this turn, and they'll win the game. Cinderace is at +1 defense, but it's super frail, and it's at like, yeah, it's taking like over half damage. Yeah, so do you think they go for ally switch this turn?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm calling it. I'm predicting the ally switch.
You're predicting the ally switch? Go for it. Let's see what Nino Pokebros decides to do. This is like the worst part, is just like, do they do it or not? And is there like a safe, because I don't know if Cinderace is in Aqua Jet range, so potentially you could like Aqua Jet the Cinderace.
Yeah.
And
just fake
like,
out Comfey.
And Grassy Glide the Cinderace? No, because like if you fake out Comfey and they go for a Draining Kiss, it hits the Urshifu. Oh wait, so then that means they go for Draining Kiss, right?
Yeah, I guess they would have to. So Urshifu is going to opt for the Detect here, which is very smart on Nino Pokebros' side. Although they are going to just get the Flooring Healing off, so that's not good. This Cinderace looking like it's probably just going to be in really good position.
Oh god, it goes back to full because Grassy Terrain boosts the power of Floral Healing. And Pyro Ball's going to come out and take out the Rillaboom, so unless Neo Pokebros gets a dodge here. Oh, he does! They do!
And the hail stops too, so this Urshifu is still living. Also noted that that ally switch user is no longer with us, so that's not something that we're gonna have to worry about.
Yeah. Oh my
Today.
god, that was an amazing dodge. Suicune comes in. Is Suicune faster than the Urshifu? Because if it's not faster, then Nino Pokebros can protect the Rillaboom and go for a Surging Strikes. But if it's not
faster,
yeah, then like I think they need to dodge another Pyro Ball, because like you can just Pyro Ball the Rillaboom and then attack the Urshifu, because like it's in range of a Scald because of just how low it is. But I don't know how fast that Suicune is. Suicune goes for Protect, and Rillaboom also protects. What did Cinderace do? Cinderace sucker punches! That's going to Urshifu, isn't it? Yes. Oh no. That was a good play. That's a really good play.
yeah, just gonna get some of that health back with the grassy terrain. So that's more than likely gonna be the end of it there. I don't see. I mean, all Cinderace has to do is land another Pyro Ball.
Yeah. If Nino Pokebros like crits this Grassy Glide, which looks like they don't, because like even if you dodge this this Pyro Ball, which it looks like did not happen, like you can't. I don't think you would KO with the next one. So dang, it was a good showing. Good GGs from everyone. That was a really good set. But yeah, man, like it just came down to that read at the end, and that was a great read. Oh, thank you, Maggie, for gifting the subs. We appreciate it. Yay! GG's coming out in the chat. Yeah, good stuff from everyone. Thanks so much to Nino Pokebros, A, for playing, 2, for rating us. Great show in row, and that was some good stuff. Calm Mind Suicune turned out to be a monster.